What's up, guys? It's a late night edition of the Cyclone Fanatic post-game report, presented as always by our friends at Centurion Stone. Also presented by Whiskey River. No matter where you are at in Central Iowa, you can support a longtime friend of Cyclone Fanatic. It's Whiskey River. Check out their flagship location in downtown Ames. Whiskey River Ankeny is located in Prairie Trail. And then, of course, their newest location, Whiskey River, in downtown Des Moines on Ingersoll. For a fantastic liquor and beer selection and amazing burgers, it's Whiskey River, a proud partner of Cyclone Fanatic. And then, of course, a quick thanks to Fareway. You can check out the new Fareway Meat Market in Ames, and then you can go to fairway.com for store locators and healthy and easy recipes. Jared Stansbury and Rob Gray here after Iowa State's 30-7 win over Texas. Cyclones win their third straight over the Longhorns for the first time ever. The Longhorns have now lost 4 straight Big 12 games and been dominated in the second half of each of those games. And, I mean, Rob, the first half of this game was weird. It was bad football. I said that at halftime, that it was just bad football in the first half. But, Iowa State was able to get something going on that first drive. You get the long run from Breece Hall that, kind of gets the offense some momentum. And then it was like a dam broke, man. It was just pure dominance from there on out.
Yeah, it was. And, the defense played remarkably well in the first half, especially considering what happened last week in Morgantown with, yes, bad calls, but also just really having no answers throughout that game for Jarrett Doege and everything that they threw at him, especially in the passing game. They just, Texas, I didn't really understand what they were trying to do. You could tell Bijan Robinson could get some yards. They benched, I don't know, maybe he's hurt. I don't know, Casey Thompson fairly quickly after going 2 for 6 for 3 yards or whatever it was. And they never found their footing. I mean, Cyclones had 3 sacks in the third quarter when they gave up, 6 yards. The defense was there all game. The offense moved the ball well the whole game. And then that opening drive out of halftime, I mean, big 3rd and 7 play. Brock Purdy finds Xavier Hutchinson crossing, little low, but right on the money. X makes the catch. A play or two later, that's when Breece's remarkable 47-yard run, touchdown run happens. And then, the next offensive possession, X gets to throw a pass, and it wasn't a thing of beauty, but it was a beautiful result to Tariq Milton for 49 yards. And then the dam that had not only burst, but it was flooding. And Texas, you could see their spirit was kind of broken. They came out in this game really, I want to say, chippy and really feisty, really getting in the Cyclones' faces. And boy, they didn't look like they wanted to be in anybody's faces throughout that second half, for sure.
Absolutely. Man, we got to shout out the Iowa State defense. That group was fantastic for the entirety of the night. Texas held to 207 yards of total offense. It's the fewest since Iowa State held Texas to 204 yards of offense on Halloween night in 2015. Famously, the game when Paul Rhodes came into the post-game press conference and started it all by declaring Iowa State should never beat Texas. Coach Rhodes, the Cyclones have now beat Texas 3 times in a row, and will have won 3 of the last 4 against the Longhorns in Ames. Man, and then just the playmakers that Iowa State had tonight, that defensive line was outstanding.
Yep.
And, to see what Will McDonald was able to do, the relentlessness with which he played at rushing the passer, becomes Iowa State's all-time leader in sacks. I said to you during the game, the productiveness that Iowa State has gotten from Eni Uwazurike this year, I think, is better than any of us could have even imagined coming into the season. And this was, that group's best game that they've played all season, to keep Bijan Robinson bottled up for the most part and keep him from being able to get loose and make any big plays. And then to just get after the passer with the efficiency that they did, man. I mean, that group was fantastic from beginning to end. And a lot of credit has to go to them because it made it really hard for Casey Thompson and Hudson Card to get any sort of rhythm at all.
Yeah, and when they did seem to have a guy open, the other guys were disrupting the passing lanes, and it just, they were wildly inaccurate, in part because they were always on the move, like you said. And I think Coach Campbell obviously shouted out some people like Blake Peterson, others that are not your quote-unquote A players, but are guys who have just grinded in this program and get a chance and make some crucial plays as needed. I mean, Mike Rose, I'm sure, is not 100%. He played a good number of snaps tonight, but Eric Horn played a lot, and as Coach Campbell said, played great. You're seeing the team do, I mean, you want to talk about complementary football. That second half was a case study in complementary football. Even our guy, Corey Dunn, gets put in a spot where you've got to pin Texas back. One of the reasons they were able to dominate them so well is for once, Iowa State was constantly winning the field position battle. And Corey Dunn pins him, deadens that ball at the 5, and 4, Greg Eisworth picks it up and stops it. You know, doesn't allow his own momentum to get him in the end zone. So just a lot of guys combining with the 8 players and this belief. And I think when you've had a season where some things haven't gone your way, and part of it's self-inflicted, part of it is outside your control, it's easy to lose the faith. And even at halftime, I think what Campbell talked about, it's a testament to what this team is about. Yeah, it's a 3-loss team, but it's the same team that, you know, the expectations were there for a reason. And, you know, there's no reason to think from here on out November couldn't be like a different kind of version of October.
Yeah, absolutely. And now all of a sudden, Iowa State's right back into the Big 12 title hunt with Baylor's loss today. Obviously some things would kind of have to go your way. Oklahoma State still has to play Oklahoma. Obviously, Iowa State has to play Oklahoma. So you kind of got to win out, But, you knew that all along if you were going to be able to make that run back to Arlington. But, I mean, Justin brings up a good point. The team has to be able to come out and get into a rhythm faster than what they were able to tonight. I don't know what it takes to fix that. I imagine that the guys, even in the facility, if they had an answer to it, it would probably be already be fixed.
Yeah.
So you just have to hope that they can keep working on it and keep battling and keep working every day. And I think we see like these guys aren't going to give up. They're going to keep playing, and eventually, like I said, the dam broke tonight. Like eventually, that dam's going to break for these guys, and I think that you got to respect that about this group, that they just keep playing, man. And. Yeah. Like even in the game when it seems like things aren't going very well, early on it didn't seem like things were going very well. It's just like, man, just keep playing, and eventually something's going to happen. I think I said that about 50 times on the halftime show. It's just like, man, just keep playing and keep going to the next one and trying to figure it out. And eventually they did. But this was a good feeling win, dude. So do this after the summer that we all had, and everything that happened with Texas leaving the league. For this to have gone the way that it did, everybody should have an extra drink and, enjoy this one.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Oh, what do you want to say?
Oh, no. I was just going to say, it is one of those ones to savor. And Coach Campbell had said, when I talked to him on the side on Tuesday, there were a lot of philosophical stuff, but this is a moment where courage has to meet the moment. And for these guys, even through the struggles, even 3 points with 180 yards at halftime, it's setting up like one of those games, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And when push came to shove, these guys had the courage to keep the faith in each other. And I think that's what showed throughout the game, but especially in the second half.
Absolutely. Thanks to Centurion, Stone, Whiskey River, and Fareway for being the presenting sponsors of the Cyclone Fanatic postgame report. I'll talk to you guys again on Monday on Football and Random Things. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Remember to set your clocks back in a couple hours, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday. Peace.